cut over here. And there we go. All right. I'm Pato. With me is Deceptical. How you doing, man?
Doing well.
All right. We're gonna get going here. We're gonna actually be spectating from the Songhai perspective. This is my favorite view personally, but I'm super biased, so
I'm with you there. So, first thing to notice though is that in this deck, Spiritfryer is patching some Dispel.
yeah, it's actually a pretty decent sideboard. Only because and I'm surprised he didn't keep it. He's
Same here.
probably. I can still hear you. Or can you hear me?
I said same here. I was
Oh,
agreeing.
okay. Sorry, I thought you said could you hear me? All good. The very sad that's like the only the sad start for Vitruvian is like, I just have a Dunecaster. Oh, but this start's pretty freaking awesome. Because he has the potential to go pretty big here. He can core out in Pumbaa and trade, which is pretty good for a start. And he can even take another core if he just wants to try to deny, but I don't know if it's worth it. I don't know about you, but I generally like just throwing Pumbaa in people's faces, like not actually swinging, but like you clear out their mini and you just like leave it there, and they're like, well, like I have to deal with this. Like,
yeah, definitely.
yeah, so he's gonna crystal out. I don't know about you, but I've been thinking a lot about Crystal, and the best suggestion I heard was that Crystal, you get the extra core on your next. You get the extra core as long as Crystal's alive. So if they come in and they kill your core, especially like for these opening type stuff, then like you would lose the core advantage. But if you can hide it, it's kind of like a kind of the thing of like a mana forger, where it's like an effect is only effective while it's alive.
Yeah, that'd be neat.
It'd be at least a healthy change because you don't get the instant benefit, and the other player would have a chance to go and answer and kill it. Where I feel like now it's just like, no, it's out. They have a huge advantage, and you better have one of your own. Otherwise, you're behind. And it's just like, okay, like if that's how it's gonna be.
It's only because for some reason it doesn't translate in my head, even though I've seen it happen like 10 times now. I wish they didn't move.
Oh,
this doesn't look like something that moves.
Yeah, it looks like an obelisk. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's not something I think really like is necessary, but my brain will just never think that thing can move around. I'm always stunned when it happens. Like, what is going on?
Like, what? It's like if obelisk moved, dude. Like, imagine that world where like Ethereal obelisk can move. It'd be a very different game. But yeah, I mean, that's another just like feedback though for like sprite design too, potentially too. Like clearly it is like a core crystal, but like also like you kind of want your units to read like what they do, right? Like,
definitely.
Clearly, like the alchemist like reads like I'm a spell dude that like is gonna hit you with a spell, so like that reads what it does. Like crystal, it's like okay, it reads as a crystal, but it doesn't read as something that can move. And maybe if they made it more like an ethereal, like something that looked like it was alive or a being, maybe that would
wispy
be better.
even.
Yeah. Whoa! Don't calm down. Calm down. It's too much. Questions? Where is
man,
he
has a fun little combo with one thing that's really great to do in Songhai is have Death Strike. Can't think of the name of the card now.
Death Strike Seal.
Seal, yeah, everything's a seal. That's obvious.
Yeah.
Put that on your monk, and then his random RNG sometimes just blows dudes up. Another good way of killing stuff like Obelisk.
Yeah, it's really good, especially against like Lionar and some beefy decks too. Like just because like you'll just kill so much stuff with it. But yeah, like in Songhai, it's like they only have seals, and they have seals, and they have masks. They're full of seals and masks. You have masks with seals on them. That's Songhai in a nutshell. Like that's their cards.
Definitely. My deck, unfortunately, today did not have Death Strike seals. I ran out of Spirit. That was a card I really wanted to throw in there next time.
Yeah, it is really good depending on matchups, for sure. So Planar Scout's all on his lonesome. We'll see if he actually decides to join the party. Probably not going to want to, though. I wouldn't blame him. The good thing that Spiritfryer's done here is actually stacked up really well. So again, he's going to avoid annoying things like a Starfire's Fury. Like there's not a lot of effectiveness out of this. And the more he kind of stacks like this, the better he might be. And it looks like they don't have a lot of great answers for Jade Monk. He could trade everything into it if he wants to, but he might lose some stuff out of it. Looks like Crystal Wisp going to come out.
Wisps are out of control.
Oh man! Oh gosh! If he doesn't, this is going to be a really rough next turn.
Oh,
he's sitting with he's literally sitting with that crystal with that coiled crawler, like threatening like 16 damage, 18 damage. He can put him at 2 this turn. He can put him at 2 this turn and silence an obelisk. Is that like not the greatest god hand ever? Like,
Wow, yeah. This is
if he drew another saber spine, oh okay. Like, wow, that's gonna be like the this is
go
like
for
the
it, go for it. Man mode. Oh, so ham.
there we go. And that's why coiled crawlers need to die. But it was great coverage, great play. That's the pain you're gonna get sometimes. And I haven't seen anything that shows he's gonna have a burst combo for this. He's gonna burst combo to get through 22 damage, 22 life at this point. Again, everything's stacked, so he's gonna back off, try to protect himself. He has the ability to play Amara, which might be a good saving grace. But he's basically at the hands of Burn, and at this point, he's literally there we go, Fountain of Youth. That's good. He plays down. There it is. Wow. That is actually the best play he could have had. And if he kills Amara, he already used his silence. So if he kills Amara, he's actually going to be down his. He's gonna be down to 16, and his opponent's gonna go up to 12. Definitely changes the health look out here. That fountain card is actually one of the best counter Songhai like techs currently.
Rid of one of those elementals. Oh, the master give you the reach.
Yeah, the thing. Usually, my response to this when you're this close is if he has another fountain, he has it. Oh, hey, there we go. That is good. It's not victory, but it's pretty damn good. Oh no, actually, it is victory. Yeah, he's got it. Boom. There's 5. General walks forward, does it like a true Songhai general. Cleans it out. So that was a really good replace for him right there. But yeah, I agree. Like probably Chaos Elemental there, just because like when you have an Amara, like it's actually really hard to have her kill herself on your units. And even though you would take the damage, it sucks. Like sometimes you can actually just burn out and like go around her versus like having to actually deal with her. But obviously, if you get a repulsor, that's the correct answer there. So Spiritfryer going to take game 1. And we have a lot of new players coming in. Like Atlanta's, I was talking to Atlanta. Atlanta's only been playing for like 3 days or something. So pretty good player for having only played like 3 days.
Yeah, that's really impressive. We should definitely exemplify these guys and let other new players know that new bloods are doing really well in this game.
Yeah.
I've always enjoyed since you play as what's called a bloodborne general in the lore. I always loved calling new players new bloods.
Yeah, that's actually good.
God, those mecha arms are just so crazy awesome. It was the very first thing I saw in Duelist, and I was like, "What is that? How do I get them?"
Exactly. Right. Oh, you just play Songhai. All right, sold. Done.
Yeah.
Count it. So this hand not quite as sexy as previous hands. And the question is like, how much does he want to dish through? I wonder how many ephemerals he is playing. He's probably playing 3 if he's playing them.
I would guess he's playing 3. I'd really like to imagine if his name's Zath, right? The Songhai general. If just cycling all the ephemerals. Doesn't want them until there's a threat.
Yeah.
It's definitely one way to treat this game with this draw system, but I was just going to say, I like to imagine when Zath really wants to fight you, he also draws 2 more swords. Because he doesn't use his other hands. He just meditates.
Yeah.
I just love to imagine him going all in.
Man, I so want the anime. I so want the freaking the Duelist anime so bad, because the art is gorgeous in this game.
Definitely.
I basically just wait on the wallpaper thread on the forums, and then just like that's my new desktop wallpaper for the week.
Exciting for future tournaments is sometime soon we're going to have another faction.
Yeah, exactly. We'll go to 6. That'll be cause I'm interested to see how the numbers swing because this one was very heavily Abyssian and Songhai. Those were the highest ones played. Everybody else was pretty even to low.
Yeah, Abyssian's still making strong appearances, even though due to some of the members of the community feeling like not great. So it's good to see
Hey, you got
them
that
still
ephemeral
plugging
back.
along. And now he's trying to decide how close he wants to get that Heartseeker in there.
That is always the age old question.
So crazy that she like throws one of her rosary beads as her attack.
It's actually the one of the other things too that's like not seen a lot in this game too is like or noticed I feel like is like the way like the death animations because like you're kind of like oh yeah my thing died but there's actually a lot of really cool like death animations when things die like the ephemeral shroud like lifting up into the air and dying and like when Jade Monk dies like the beads around his neck break and they fall around the ground and like there's these little like things that you kind of like when like you kind of get into the game and like you lose that wonder of but like when you like notice them it's like that cool like oh wow sweet moment.
Yeah,
Interesting.
certainly. Many units actually have an expression on their face when they die too. They
Yeah.
actually get sad or surprised or look like they're in pain. Um, it's just another level of detail that like wouldn't be required, but is something more you get out of playing a game as opposed to like just imagining if this was a physical card game, like you wouldn't get that. That just what sells this like awesome digital video game experience even more.
Yeah, there's things that you can easily like RNG stuff that's like clunky and like a physical card game is not as clunky, right? Like you can do that stuff pretty easily. Like I mean, like Jade Monk, it's like roll a die and sign numbers. Like I mean, like I don't know, like what you do to freaking do is random damage, right? Or like you know they'd have to shuffle them up and then you have to choose stuff like that. Like I don't know. It's nice to visualize the board, right? It's always kind of like you know back to I think about like back to Star Wars when they had like the holographic chess set and he's like playing.
Yeah,
It's like oh I want that. Like as a kid I was like oh my god this would be the coolest thing ever.
yeah. Vet has a natural advantage against the usually pretty obscene Jade Monk just because there's so many targets that can absorb
His 2 damage.
yeah, like right there. Like that didn't really do anything for Fryer, unfortunately.
So this move has been seen before. The problem with this move is that astral phasing has usually been like the pirate in the pudding of this move. Because ideally, by placing it in the bottom corner, it can't move up to shoot anything this round. However, if you give it flying and make it a 4/12, which is ridiculous, and Song has no way to deal with it unless they're playing Onyx Bear Seal or Deathstrike Seal, then you're sitting pretty good. But it looks like he doesn't have it because I think he would astral phasing and move up and just blast that whole row if he had it, which bodes well for Spiritfryer. That obelisk that got silenced, man, just soaking up all the damages. There's Fountain. Oh, mistake. Like whenever like Amira actually is able to get to you just like face to face, it's like mistakes were made. He has juxtaposition, so that's good. The other thing I'm starting to fear too is like even though Amira's big effect is when she dies, like Amira with astro phasing too is also really annoying.
Yeah. Oh, certainly.
So the question is, the good thing about Spiral Technique is it actually eats into a lot of Amira's effectiveness. He actually has Jax in hand, so he could actually send her away with Jax as well, which could be pretty effective because you can just throw it to one of the corners with Jax.
There's the swap. Moving down.
Yeah, so he's gonna. Okay, yeah, that's probably. I mean, I agree with that play, and he's able to. He's gonna clear out the obelisk. He's be like, "F you, obelisk." The obelisk has done its job. It's drawn ag. Oh, okay, no, he's not. I thought I saw him running down. So now he's gonna instead Zergrush. He has him down to 12. That's pretty much the correct move I see. Astral phasing would be the other big one to bring in Amara and maybe bail him out here.
Two of the cards in Spiritfryer's hand are only using placeholder art right now. It's exciting. We've been able to see what Chaos Elemental is going to look like, but Keith has been saying like we are not prepared for how cool Jax is going to look. I actually really like the sprite for Jax. I mean, he's a little tiny,
Yeah.
but I like that sprite a whole lot.
I kind of just want. I would like to see like kind of like those like big like like jolly like gang leader type dudes. Like as the thing though, like clearly he's like the ringleader, where all like the other little guys are like helping him out, supports.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
I wish Jax now became what the little corner guys were.
Yeah.
But as I've heard from the devs themselves, those little corner guys are used specifically because like the creation of the Jax card was to specifically bring what used to be the 1-cost 1/1 ranged unit back into the game.
Because Widowmaker basically filled that role.
Yep.
All right. So he has no good rush potential here, but he has a lot of displacement potential. So that's the at least exciting part currently for Amira's still going to be able to be put away. There's still a lot of damage threatening in his face. He should probably replace out some stuff here. I'm probably thinking Chaos ML is not the best play here for him unless he's going to bump into an inner focus. But even then, I don't even think that's best. He's having a tough. See, the thing is in tournaments too is like you have more pressure, and the people that normally like on ladder will play really quickly. Like it just takes more time to like figure out like what is like the best play, right? Like how should I play this turn out?
Certainly, you got to look at all your options before and after replace, which is interesting because he's been replacing second. It hasn't appeared to cost him yet. I probably would have moved that heal. I don't know.
I think he's basically saying. So if he swaps the healer, yes, it's farther away. But I think he also wants to just make because if he wants to deal with it, the healer actually has to go get the guy in the corner. So he basically kind of almost solves the same thing. So I'm not too against it, but I agree like getting away feels better. But the other thing too is like by holding onto it, he has a lot of options now. If he has a way to get it in his face, he has options to get out, and you can see he has lots of damage on the board by threatening with his Jack. So he's actually in a really good. He has a lot of really good tools right now. I think like the only thing you really change when you know someone's playing Jax for Vitruvian is probably playing Drain Morale. I mean, they're still going to be able to buff and get someone out, but like Songhai doesn't really have the potential to like buff everybody universally, and Drain Morale would put them all to basically 0/1s.
Yeah, Drain Morale is a very good counter to little old Jax.
But this is what I'm talking about. Where like Amira's like coming out here and swinging, but like she can't kill herself. Like you're not going to really get the effect. Oh, Fountain, man, Fountain, so good.
He's getting younger by the turn. I wonder how old Xerix is. Pretty sure that's his name.
He might be getting younger, but he's not getting any prettier. I'll tell you that much. Like he's.
I always think that the Vitruvians, just based on his character image, he's just always going, "Oh,
yeah,
like, what?
Oh, what is that? Spiral technique?
You gotta be kidding me!"
It's like Yu-Gi-Oh, where they freaking like him, his friends, and his opponent all have to explain out very blatantly what he's doing, because like the children aren't gonna understand or something.
Yeah.
It's still a bit to chew through. I mean, at 12, he was going to be able to bring him down. Now he's looking at more scenario where he's thinking about board clearing. The main risk for him right now is just like time maelstroms can be really effective at dealing a lot of damage. I think he's trying to calculate if he can kill. Let's play that game. So he has 2, 4, 7. No.
No.
Nope. Unless he replaces. He does not.
He's running out of turn time. He's gotta make some stuff happen here.
Cue it up.
Going for some face.
Did you get it? Oh, nope, he didn't. I mean, I've seen a lot of players run to the turn timer, but frankly, like, I don't like. So a lot of the talk has been about animations, but like, there's a lot of deliberation on like what to do, and like a lot of people wait till the turn timer starts counting down. Like that's just the natural like problem, right, with waiting that long.
Enslaving taunts is so brutal.
Enslaving Jade Monks, man, that's so good. My favorite tech that I haven't seen yet from a Vitruvian player is you repulsor like the minion that's powerful like next to the enemy general, and then you enslave it. Like there's been a few times where I've just like seen it's like, oh, that would be so money. like if you like repulsor the Jade Monk next to like the Songhai general and then enslaved it, it's just like, oh damn, man. So the actual scary part about all of this, okay, so he's going to get rid of the Blood Leech Mask. I was going to say if he gets 2 on him, then he actually has he has 9 damage essentially to put on his opponent. So now he doesn't have that, but he still has a lot of damage. And he can potentially hide in a corner and hope he draws into damage, and I think that's his only out here. Oh, it looks like Atlanta disconnected. I see disconnected on the little symbol up there.
That's not good. All right.
No, he's connected, so it might
he's
just be,
back.
yeah.
So Spiritfryer sitting at 0 units. Atlanta sitting at 7.
So yeah, I'm trying to think like, I think you just try to burn out here.
Yeah, certainly. He hasn't. He's not out yet.
He can. If he goes into a Phoenix Fire, I don't know if he's running it, but he wins if he goes into a Phoenix Fire.
Going in.
Holy, this guy he has some cojones. Because if it's me, I'm going away. Because I want to have his little to do.
What about ultimate bravery here?
Yeah, this is ultimate bravery. He could potentially take more damage out of this. He's for sure going to take more damage out of this. So the only thing that scares me about this is the time maelstrom factor. That's the only thing I really.
Who's he swapping with?
He's just swapping to get damage out. The thing is, if he ran into the corner, like you can still get out damage. He has potential lethal next turn.
Oh, there's the cheap Dream 10 combo in his hand right now.
Yeah. He's like, oops. All right, Blind Scorch, not a big deal. So that's actually, this is like the point where you're like, yes, because like whenever someone like plays like the one card out of their hands and like you don't really like the Ephemeral Shroud was going to win you the game, you're like, yes, like score.
Oh, he has that bottom track to swoop under with Kiri. So I want to know who calls those things daggers, those giant flaming katanas.
Dude, you don't want to see the non-daggers, bro. They're so huge. Yeah, so Atlanta doesn't know it, but we know it. Spiritfryer basically has game here, unless there's a Time Maelstrom. Nope. Yeah, that's game.
Wow. Spiritfryer takes it.
Really good games and great showing, honestly, by Atlanta. Again, a player that's only played a couple days and he made it deep into the tournament, like against some of these really good players. So props to him or him, her. I don't know. I actually don't know if Atlanta's a girl or guy. So well played.
I think one of the players in the hip chat said, "I wonder how my main man Atlanta's doing." Still could be a girl.
Yeah, actually, it's a friend. So hey, good match there. Spiritfryer going to move on. And I'm going to put on some music, and then we'll just basically chill out till we get our next